And we are live on K105.5, live on K105.5, 105.9, and we also live on GBN Television 7, 11, and 20 on cable. Well, yesterday afternoon, we was lucky to have two candidates who are vying for the first ever national youth elections, which is coming up pretty soon. And this afternoon, we are blessed with three young ladies who are also vying, putting up themselves to be candidates for the National Youth Parliament. It's the first time this procedure is taking place like this in terms of being able to vote. So we're going to speak to three of the candidates. They are all from the parish of St. Andrews, if I'm correct. All right. So here are we going to do this afternoon. We're going to start from my right. I'm going to give you a chance to tell us your name and where you're from.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Zadie Barry, and I am the candidate for St. Andrews Southwest.
I am Kerri-Ann Marrast, and I'm the candidate for St. Andrews Northeast.
I am Twana Scott, and I'm the candidate for St. Mark.
Good afternoon. Well, we're going to start with you, Twana. Am I pronouncing your name properly?
Yes.
All right. We're going to start with you. What got you involved in the Youth Parliament program, and how has it impacted your life so far?
So far, I can say that it has been a very exciting, fun, and educational experience. Mm-hmm. I started Youth Parliament at the St. Rose Modern Secondary School, and I left for a while, and I was on internship in May of this year. And my teacher, Mrs. George, she came to me and told me there was a debate at the St. Rose Modern Secondary School, and she came to me and she told me that one of the candidates couldn't make it if I could step in. And I did. I stepped in, and we were victory. Our side were victory. And I got a phone call asking if I would like to be a part of the Youth Parliament for this year, and I agreed.
And you jumped at it?
Yes.
Before we move on, is that something that you're passionate about? Could you see yourself down the line actually getting into politics?
Not getting into politics is something that is just fun for me, and I enjoy doing it.
So you just for the ride?
Yes.
All right, Miss Marrast, how about you?
When I first started Youth Parliament, I saw it as a second chance to take part in debating, because I wanted to when I was in school, and at the time I didn't have the resources to do the research that was required, because it's a lot of research you have to do when you're debating. And so I actually quit before I could even get started. So now that I'm out of school and the opportunity presented itself, I grabbed onto it. And as I explore more of it, it surpassed my expectation. I came to the realization that I could actually merge my passion for social work, community development, youth empowerment with Youth Parliament. And so I am in it because of that passion and because of, the opportunity to get the support needed to actually help others become their best selves, which is what my campaign really is about, creating opportunities for young persons to realize their dreams. So this is why I am here.
What about you, Miss Barry?
Well, I initially started Youth Parliament, I think, in 2023, but I had a non-speaking role because growing up I was very shy, very quiet child, so I didn't have the courage as yet to debate in Youth Parliament. And when I was told about Youth Parliament this year and how they were going to change the format and introduce it as an election process, Mind you, I still didn't really want to do debating because I still had that kind of shy side to me. But I received a call asking if I would like to participate. And when I thought about it, I decided I'll take the opportunity to really become a better version of myself, improve my public speaking skills, and improve my confidence as well as a youth leader and a person in my community. So when I jumped at the chance, I realized that I actually really enjoyed debating, and I was able to, harness that confident side of me, I should say. And I decided when I was successful at the parish level, I decided to engage my platform on youth unemployment and opportunities, because I believe that, similar to my story, there are persons who feel like their opportunities are not for them because of their personality or because of lack of opportunities, I should say. So I decided to take that chance to make my platform on that and help young persons like myself become a better version of themselves, just like the program did for me.
All right, so we're going to go back to our friend from Victoria, Miss Twana, Miss Scott. Tell us, what has the response been from the community, people, your peers?
I've been getting a lot of positive and good criticism from my peers. They have been encouraging, and they will say to me that they believe in me and anything is possible, and whatever I put my mind to, I can do it.
You know, I asked this question yesterday. I'm going to ask it before we move on. I'm going to ask you this as well. Like the national elections where you would see a candidate going door to door to solicit vote, do you do that type of campaigning?
Yes, I do. I have a team, and we have meetings, and they will I will give an idea, or they will give an idea, and then they will tell me how to go about it and what I should do from what I shouldn't do.
So, based on what I'm learning, this is a real thing. Yesterday, I really getting to understand that this is a real mini elections. It's shadowing the national general elections. What about you, Miss Marrast?
I do. I go out with my team as well. We go door to door. We engage in discussion, because in my planning, it's not just about what I want, but what the young people of my constituency want. So I definitely need to hear from them and meet them where they are.
Lovely. Miss Barry?
Well, yes, similar to my colleagues and my friends here, my team and I also go door to door. We listen to the stories of the young people in my community, listen to what they want me to speak on their behalf. Also, my platform is based on their feedback as well. So the stories and grievances that I heard from persons my age in my community, that's what I base my platform off of.
All right, we want to delve into key platforms that you aim to highlight during your campaign. So we're going to go back to a friend from Victoria.
So I use WhatsApp and Instagram to basically reach out to persons, because most persons my age, I wouldn't use Facebook because they're like, Facebook is for the older folks. So they want Instagram.
So you're basically telling me I'm old, because in terms of social media for me, I use Instagram, but I think I spend the majority of time on Facebook. But what about TikTok?
Yes, I do make TikTok videos, saying and asking Q&A questions. So ask questions and I make live and they speak to me and I speak to them through that.
Okay, Ms. Marrast.
I do utilize social media platforms. I utilize Instagram. I do utilize Facebook, unlike my friend here. And you can also chat with me on WhatsApp, and my email address as well is also available to the public. I think it's important, even though it's youth elections, it's also important to hear from those who have gone before us, to hear from the adults as well. So I want to ensure that everyone can reach me.
All right, Miss Barry.
Yes, well, similar as well. I utilize Instagram, Facebook as well, and WhatsApp, and of course my email is also available, because I think, just like Ms. Marrast, even though the youth elections are only available for voters are only eligible up to the age of 35, you also have young parents who have children as well that enter in secondary school or 16 or over. So, once they see your platform on Facebook, they're able to speak to their children as well and show them this and say, oh, did you know that this person is running? And, so even though we target youth, I think it's important for visibility that we engage everybody.
All right. So base that I'm learning is basically like a shadow of the general elections. In terms of preparing, everyone has a little team. The members on that team are your peers?
Well, peers likewise as my parents' peers as well. So for me personally, I have some of my ex-teachers as members of my team that help me edit information, make sure everything goes out without any typos, things like that.
What about you, Miss Marrast?
I do have a cross level of different age range, and I also have persons from my community as well in various villages. So when I go to certain communities, you would see faces that you're familiar with because I'm incorporating as much persons as I can.
All right, Miss Scott.
Similar to Miss Marrast, my team is within various age ranges. I have teachers, and my peers are also there, as well as persons within the community that know me and know the community. They are also there with me because persons will see them and say, oh, I know this person, yeah.
Since it's an election, did any one of you reach out to past or present politicians for advice? How do I go about preparing my campaign? What strategy do I use? And anybody reached out?
Yeah, most definitely. I reached out to my MP, Mr. Lennox Andrew, and he gave me some very valuable advice, especially when it comes to dealing with criticism as someone in the public eye. When you're dealing with politics, you're always going to have persons who criticize what you do, and it's important to learn how to handle it and how to respond just as much as how to not to respond.
Anyone else?
Yes, I have, and even those who are not within my constituency. We've even had sessions in our training where some of the MPs would have spoken to us, and it's very important that we hear from them because they're in the front line more than us, and I think the experiences that they share is a wealth of knowledge for us to be guided by.
Okay. Ms. Scott, you did reach out?
Similar to my colleagues, I did reach out to not the current, the previous MP of St. Mark, and similar to Miss Barry, she did tell me how to go about with criticism and how I should answer to it in a way, because everybody will have their views on something.
Yep.
That's a very important topic, because whenever you put put forward yourself, everybody would not like you. You're going to get some backlash. You're going to get some negative criticism, and in this era where we have a huge mental health problem, how you cope? How are you guys coping with the negative? If you experience any negative so far since you put forward yourself, what's the coping mechanism?
I think it's important to pace yourself and to really take time to evaluate and reflect on the things that you have done, where you're going and how you can better it, and to also encourage yourself and have people around you that can encourage you as well, and see the positive in what you do as much as possible. So this is how I cope, by just taking that time to reflect and also encourage myself and have supportive people within my circle.
Anyone else want to share?
For me, one of the first steps I engage in is trying to identify what exactly is the base of the criticism, because sometimes people criticize and they actually do have a point, and I think sometimes you should still listen and try to identify what is the problem, if there is one, and if there isn't, then that's when you decide to block it out. Basically, just block it out and focus on what you have to do and what it is you are doing, and focus on that and just keep moving forward.
All right.
And for me, similar to Mrs. Marrast, I have a lot of supportive people around me, so if ever there is negative criticism, they will always be there to tell me, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to cope in this way. And just like daily affirmations, just reflecting and saying, okay, that is what it is.
Lovely. Folks, we're talking with 3 candidates who are going up for the national youth elections. We take a short commercial break and we come back and continue to chit-chat.
my granddaughter.
I want to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Looking to take
Folks, we're back and the discussion continues. This afternoon we have 3 candidates who are going up for the national youth elections. I'm going to go back to our friend from Victoria in St. Mark's, Ms. Scott. Your thoughts on the first ever national elections? Your thoughts so far?
For me, I think it's a very good experience for the young people because it teaches you a lot and it helps you to grow as a person as to how to deal with certain circumstances. I think it's a good initiative that they really have the youth national youth election, to help some of us who are shy or some of us who are not sure to understand, okay, is this what I want to get into or not, and help individual to grow.
So you would encourage your peers when it comes around again to get involved?
Yes, I would.
All right. What about you, Ms. Marrast?
I think this move has created a really wonderful opportunity for young persons, not just those actually partaking in the program, but you get to bring your peers along with you and make a real impact in your community. So I really love that about the whole election and campaigning aspect, and I never thought I would enjoy campaigning that much because I'm very much a reserved person, but being out there and engaging with your peers and the different persons in your community, it makes you really want to do something about the issues that you all face.
Okay, what about you, Miss Barry?
Yes, I do enjoy this whole campaign process as well. And I think the initiative is one that is very innovative, and it's important not just for our personal development as participants of the program, but also for young people to see and engage. For instance, the youth talks put on by the ministry as well. I think it's an excellent initiative to be able to get the youth voice on the national scale, and us as candidates can represent our youth as well in our community.
All right, so someone listening or looking and want to be a part of the process, the election process, how do one go about being registered and how do one go about casting the vote? Because I was a bit shocked yesterday when I learned that I was old. I'm not able to cast my vote. Right. So tell us, how do one go about doing that?
Well,
Anyone-
it's quite simple actually. Some people think it's a long process, but it's quite simple. So thankfully the entire process is online. You become registered on youthelections.gov.gd and you fill out the information, just a few simple steps, and you submit a photo of your ID for verification purposes. And that's how you become registered to vote in the elections, which would be on December 5th.
And you must be registered by November 22nd in order
Yes.
to cast your vote, right? And if you don't have a valid ID, you can use your birth certificate and a photo.
Okay. All right. So it's the election process is online. You log on to our website, you register, and you vote there. So unlike the national elections where you have to wait for that particular election, when the polling stations are open, that's not.
You do have to wait for election day, right? But it's online. You can go in from 8 to 4 p.m. on December 5th and cast your vote.
Okay. Okay. And in terms of registering, I'm going to go over to a friend from Victoria. In terms of registering, you're voting for anyone, or you have to vote for where you reside,
You have to
your
vote
constituents?
for the constituency that you are living in, because there are people in the background that will make sure that you're actually the age and from that constituency.
Okay. In terms of colors, it's like that where you have a team wearing red and this team wearing blue, and this like when you go to vote, you have the symbol. This person's symbol might be a car. Is it like this?
Not quite.
Yeah.
I mean, we do use color coding in our images that we put out and our posters and so on, but no, we don't stick to any one particular color. And I must say that I like the independency of how this is structured, because we're not assigned to any political party. We are independent candidates, so persons can freely decide, okay, this youth candidate is a better representative for my constituency as opposed to this one, and not have to think about, oh well, I'm affiliated with party A and I can't vote for this person.
Yeah.
So you have a more freedom in that independence.
You're flexible there.
Yes.
Because sometimes in general elections, someone may vote for a team because of one particular person being
Yeah.
on that particular team. But in this process, it's not like that. You vote for who you really want to vote for.
Yes.
That's nice. That's nice. So someone between the age of 16 to 35, I think that's the age.
Yes.
Why should they vote? Why should they be a part of this process? I'm going to go over to our friend from Victoria first.
I think that they should take part because it's a way to voice their opinions, since not all the time, but most of the time, their voices are not really heard. So it's a chance for their voices to be heard, and not only be heard, but they can also be empowered to make a real impact in their constituency.
Miss Marrast.
Well, I tell my constituents that a vote for me is a vote for you. You're essentially voting for yourself, for your voice to be heard, not just in Grenada, but by extension, the region. Because sometimes we deal with our issues in isolation, but our issues are universal. I'm a Commonwealth Youth Ambassador, so I engage with persons across the region, and you would be interested to know that 60% of the population within the Commonwealth are under 30.
Okay.
So we have a chance as young people to make a real impact. So when you vote for me, you are voting to actually let your voice be heard. You're voting for opportunities that would allow you to shine as a youth in Grenada.
Lovely. Ms. Barry?
Well, similar to my colleagues here, I think that persons should engage in the process and vote because they have the opportunity to make a real difference as well. And they have the advantage, I would say, as the candidates are all youths, we also represent the youth voice. So, sometimes in the general election, the national election, sometimes the youth problems might be a bit overlooked. And now they have the opportunity to get youth candidates and youth representatives that will speak directly for young people.
All right, we're going to open up the lines in a bit. But I'm going to give each of you a chance now to tell people how can you connect with you, people, your peers in your community who you want to solicit their vote. How, if you have a particular Facebook page or you have a particular WhatsApp number, Instagram page that they can connect with you. I'm going to give you guys the chance to tell people how do they connect with you and be a part of the process. They want to be on your team.
Okay.
Anyone can go first.
I use my name across all platforms, so you can search for Kerri-Ann Marrast, and you will find me on Instagram and Facebook. To connect with me on WhatsApp, my number is 418-4260, and my email is my name, kerriann.m@outlook.com.
Okay.
Well, similar here, I interact, persons can interact with me on Facebook and Instagram. It's the same handle across all platforms, so that is zadiebarry.official, ZADIE Barry.official, and my email address as well is zadiebarry@gmail.com, so persons can reach out to me, let me know if they want to join my team or if they have any comments, suggestions for me. They feel free to reach out.
And for me, my name on Instagram is official Twana Scott, and on Facebook, Twana Scott. My email is twanascott157@gmail.com. My WhatsApp phone number is 459-9065, so that the youths within the constituency of St. Mark's can contact me with any concerns, comments, or suggestions.
Okay. Before we open up the lines, I have a next question that I want to chime in. You know, during the national elections is a process that takes a lot of money. In this process, in terms of finance, do the Ministry of Youth to give you guys like a stipend to do your campaigning, to whatever it is you have to get materials, maybe hire somebody to do your social media? How is that process?
Everybody seems to afraid that question. They do offer a small stipend to help us with our campaign. However, I would say that most of the things that we're doing is on a volunteer basis. I am so grateful for the team that I have, because they're doing this out of sheer commitment and a passion to see this through, and there's not a financial reward for it. So the persons that are involved in this, the youths that you see, every candidate, every person assisting a candidate is doing it out of a love for country, I would say, and a love for youth empowerment.
But what about a fundraiser? Nobody thought about doing that, maybe a little cake sale or a little barbecue sale and raise some funds. Nobody thought about it?
Well, for me, I would say right now the focus and the time does not allow for such. My focus is really engaging with my people and ensuring that I have everything that they need and take it into perspective, so that when I launch my manifesto and I get to work, it truly reflects them, and the fundraisings can come in the long run.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we are going to open up the lines. Our number is on the screen as per usual, 435-2041, if you want to send some encouraging words, or you want to let a particular candidate know that you're supporting them. You can give us that phone call. In the meantime, we are going to speak about future aspirations. I'm going to make it two-part. Future aspirations generally, and future aspirations in politics. Do any one of you have that particular aspirations? We're going to start with Ms. Barry.
Okay, so generally, I've always had an interest. Coming out of school, I've had an interest in, let's say, environmental studies. So my passion, I would say, as in my career path, revolves entirely around environmental studies. So that's sustainability, resource management, making sure that our futures and the futures of our future children are sustainable, and there is a Grenada to come back to, In terms of politics, for those who know me, they know that I've always been in politics directly or indirectly because of my parents, my family association. But in terms of my goals in politics, I would say I intend to stay on the youth path So I have no real intention of engaging in frontline politics. However, if it is that my country and my constituents, my community see it fit that I am the voice for them and I can represent them, I will definitely give it some thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Marrast?
For me, my future aspirations, I would like to continue working with youth. I really do enjoy youth empowerment. I really do enjoy helping others. So the opportunity that this is presenting in terms of youth empowerment is a great one. It is through this program that I am now the Commonwealth Youth Ambassador, and I could really see myself doing this work, this type of work for the long run. In terms of politics, I said this morning in an interview that I think I didn't choose politics. I think politics chose me.
Yeah.
Right? I can't say for certain that I would give this a chance, in terms of being an actual MP in my constituency. I trust in God, and wherever He leads me, that is where I'm willing to go. Right now, I have the chance to make an impact in my youth and serve my fellow youths, and this is where I am.
All right, before we move on to our friend from St. Mark's, it seems like we have someone on the line. Good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. You calling for the program? Hello? Sorry, seems like that caller is not on same page with me. All right, our friend from St. Mark's, tell us.
For me, my future aspirations generally is to deal with young, children, and because I really enjoy teaching the children, because I do teaching at the St. Peter's Catholic Church at Guave, and I enjoy engaging with the children because they learn from me and I learn from them. As it relates to politics, I'm not too sure if I want to be on the forefront, but as my fellow colleagues have said, if that is what is my calling or my country needs me, as Ms. Barry say, then I have no problem in doing so.
Full force. All right. Seems we have someone on the line again. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I must congratulate the young people on this initiative. I think it's very good. I think it brings out a special skill in these young people. And I have been recognizing something yesterday, that a majority of the candidates appears to be young ladies. That's very good. We need women in politics. We need women in parliament. But what I've listened to all the campaign things that they said that they're going to do, and then listen to the last lady says she's a teacher at St. Peter's RC. Are they going to be campaigning, go to the schools and present themselves to the various schools in St. John's or St. Mark or wherever it is again I know it's territorial, to at least lay the policy out anyway? Would there be pocket meetings, around, let's say around the block area in St. Mark, whether it be Go Peace, Redman, Fontaine or wherever it is, to bring the youth, and tell them why I'm here? Because, I didn't hear that from them. I know they're getting a small little pittance or stipend, but I think these things will help anyway. Thank you very much. All the best, ladies.
All right, caller, thanks for calling. Anyone want to chime in on what the caller asked?
Well, I am excited because I have a school visit coming up. I'm actually visiting the Greater Christian Academy on Thursday, and this is in the heart of my constituency, so I'm excited about that. It will also be an opportunity to celebrate with them during the Child Month activities that they're having. So yes, we have been visiting schools that we can go to.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I asked the question a while ago, because since that it's a process for the youth and you have to engage the youth, it would need a little juice, a little something,
Yes.
Yeah.
Because let's say let's say for you from St. Andrews. What part of St. Andrews?
Born and raised in Bushgrove, but I currently reside in Carruth.
All right. So let's say in Carruth now you decide where you're going, not by the block. Friday evening when or Saturday or Sunday when some of the youths may be hanging around and you want a little PA, to encourage the youths to vote for you. You need a little something. So the powers that be, they need a little something.
Yeah.
they need a little something.
Yeah.
Election date is when again, you said?
December 5th.
December 5th, and your deadline to register?
November 22nd.
November 27th. All right. We have someone on the line again. Caller, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, good
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Well, you can see your
I'm not hearing you, and I know it's not on my end. I know it's definitely not on my end. Yes, election is when it is.
Election is December 5th.
But the deadline to register is the
November 22nd.
November 27th.
22nd.
Well, what I haven't heard from since yesterday, I heard nobody talking about the celebrations after I win my seat.
Well, after you win your seat, that's when the work starts, Of course, we are going to express gratitude to the persons who voted for us. And, I'm not too sure about my colleagues here, but if I do win, I plan to show my appreciation for the voters. But after we win our seat, that's when the real work starts.
All right. So I'm going to give everyone individually a chance now to encourage your peers in your community to come out and vote for you. And if you have any upcoming campaign activities that you want to put out there, we're going to start with our friend from Victoria.
So I will encourage the youths of my constituency in St. Mark to vote for me because I have a vision to make a lasting change. And my campaign is under the slogan, Youth on Fire, Ready to Inspire. Because it's not just about representation, but it's about action.
Hold that thought. Let's take that call. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Make your contribution. Hello? This caller is not on the same page as me. All right, let's continue.
Yes, so it's not just about representation, but it's about action. Because I will work and I will try to work tirelessly to implement initiatives that focuses on mental health, because mental health is just as important as physical health, right? So I want to implement initiatives based on mental health, skill building, and more opportunities for the youths to showcase their talents and abilities, because within the constituency of St. Mark, I can say that the youths are very talented and they have a lot of abilities. So whether it will be through workshops, through sports, I am here because my goal is to work tirelessly to equip the next generation to come, not just to lead, to contribute, and to strive, but to have a voice so that they will be empowered, so that they can make a real impact within the constituency and within Grenada. Together we can build a future together. So I would like to say to vote for me on December 5th, but before you do that, you need to register before the 22nd of November because time is against us.
We move on to Miss Marrast.
I would say to you, St. Andrews Northeast, that a vote for me is definitely a vote for you. My campaign platform is built on two fundamental initiatives. One I call Safe Spaces, Bright Futures. This is where we would be having afternoon programs and even on weekends, spaces where young people can come in and get assistance with homework, get tutoring assistance, skill building seminars and workshops, or just learn everyday life skills from the community themselves, boosting community spirit, competition, games. It's just a space for young people to be comfortable and to flourish in both their personal and professional development. And secondly, I aim to break barriers in unemployment. And like I said, I'm a big encourager and a motivator, but I also want to equip you with resources that you need to get started. So for me, under breaking barriers in unemployment, I aim to turn you from not just being job seekers, but to be job creators. You're innovative. You can truly be change makers. And sometimes you just need a little support in how you can get started. So I'm here to assist with business registration, certification, business plans, helping to set you on the right path so that you can make your dreams a reality. My campaign is about creating opportunities for you to realize your dreams. So come out in your numbers, get registered by November 22nd, and vote on December 5th for me and for you.
Miss Barry.
Yes, so I would encourage the youth of St. Andrews Southwest to vote for me on December 5th and to become registered on November 22nd. My campaign is based off of youth unemployment and opportunities. My campaign slogan is Unlocking Potential Today for a Brighter Future Tomorrow, which mainly focuses on bridging the gap between education and employment. Currently, I believe there is a gap between once you leave school and once you enter the job market. There is a disconnect there for a lot of young people. So my aim is to equip us as young people with the skills we might need. So CV writing, resume writing, interview skills, also to encourage skill building in terms of what the job market actually requires. So digital marketing, computer literacy, things along those lines. Just equip us as young people with the relevant skills we need to become successful.
Lovely. The first caller made a very important point. He spoke about yesterday we had 2 young ladies, and this afternoon we have 3 young ladies. In terms of numbers, we've been seeing this problem for years, where young men are not really interested in some of those programs. In terms of numbers in this particular exercise, how many young men are involved?
There was a young man yesterday.
Yeah.
Akeem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Akeem, don't watch that, I forget. Yeah. In terms of numbers, tell us how many. Let's see if we take that phone call first. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
There's like a majority. Joshua.
Hello, good afternoon. All right, we lost that call.
About
There's
6, 7. But 6 or 7.
I think there's like a split. It's not like a majority.
So, in the total numbers of candidates is how much?
20-ish, I want to say.
It's quite a bit, because some constituency have more than 2.
Because remember, you from Victoria, and
Yes.
the 2 others yesterday was also from Victoria. So if we have about 20 and we have about 6 boys, for young men, we have to do better. Is a PTA age is 35. Maybe he was just a little mad or jump out, Just mad or jump out. So we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna wish you all the best on this process. You guys can learn a lot from this. I was telling the group yesterday, in terms of even speaking in the public speaking, something like that would give you a lot of practice in terms of speaking.
For sure.
It's not easy sometimes. The people look at it, and sometimes you see somebody go up in a competition and they make a simple mistake and people come down on them.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to go and stand up in front of people and speak. Look at today, you live on television and on radio. It's a nice learning process. It's unfortunate, I should say, that I think that more young men. It would be nice if we had, like, I'll say, if the total number is 20, for example, we had 10 boys and 10 young ladies. It would be rather nice. Anything anybody want to chime in? Anything that you think that we missed out? Anyone want to chime in before we wrap up this afternoon?
We have started constituency debates. Our debate for St. Andrews is coming up pretty soon. It's going to be on November 18th.
Hold on, let me put a pause there. You're talking about debate against your candidate.
Yes.
But we don't have that in for the national elections, and that is something people have been asking for years. So when would that debate be, sir?
No.
November 18th for St. Andrews.
Held where?
It will be at GSS.
So it's open to the public?
Yes.
You will tell us the time, and we have to do that.
It's going to start at 4 p.m. And it is open to the general public to come and witness the debate, as well as there will be an opportunity for you to ask your questions. You can pass your questions to
The moderator.
and
So is this only in St. Andrews or across the board?
Across
They're
the
going to be
board.
debates.
Each parish, so St. Patrick's would have already passed, and the others are also coming on stream.
That's nice. That's nice. That's interesting. So then you can get a feel of your candidate in terms of who that might be help you decide who you're going to cast your votes for. All right. So and your debate.
We haven't settled on a time yet. Yes.
All right. Lovely, folks. We're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up for today. Anything else? I just want to
I
make
would
sure.
just like to say that for my constituency, in local terms, we are not throwing any words for each other because unfortunately, KL, Syra, she's in the middle because she's related to me and she's also related to Akim.
I learned that yesterday. And I was amazed. Yeah, I learned that yesterday.
And also, the three of us are deciding on to make an activity within the constituency of St. John, of St. Mark, and it will be hosted by the three of us. Yes.
That's nice, because when it comes to politics, we all know. We all know when it comes to politics, the type of stuff that people go and do research on your family and this and that. So it's nice that we could have a different side of it. A breath of fresh air, some people would say, without the stone throwing and the name calling and
For sure.
So
And there is a consensus with the candidates that it doesn't matter who win or lose, that we're going to be working together.
Yeah.
We have
Still
that
win and win,
synergy.
yes.
Yes.
that's
And we
nice.
all of us, we are really cool. We have a good relationship, I must say. Yes.
What about since you two are from St. Andrews? What about in terms of campaigning? Do you ask your friend, well, I did that, implement that particular strategy? You want to try it? Do you guys share ideas?
We do share.
Yes.
ideas.
So then the competition, the rivalry is not really that fierce compared to
Well, I would say it's still fierce, because now you have to choose between the greater two, I would say, because we're each making strides, how best we can work with the young people, which have our own ideas, is now to decide
Whether
this works better for me and my community.
Or this person. Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap up. Remind us of that debate date again in St. Andrews, because I live in Grenville. So once my schedule is free, I'm going to make an effort to attend that debate in Grenville. What date again you said?
November 18th.
November 18th. And the election day is?
December 5th.
And you have to register by?
November 22nd.
All right, folks. We've been speaking with three of the candidates for the first ever national youth elections. If you out there, you can be a part of the process. There's a website. It's called, the website is youthelections.gov.gd. Go out there. There's some videos I noticed on the website of different candidates, so you can look at your various candidates, register and be a part of the process. Nice speaking with you, young ladies, this afternoon, and I want to wish you all the best in this process and all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.